Om Namah Shivaya, children. How are you? Fine? Children, have you done your homework which is given in the last week? Okay. So, last week we have done the divisibility rule. Divisibility rule, in that we have learned divisibility by 2, 5 and 10, and then divisibility by 3 and 9. So today we are going to learn the divisibility by 4 and 8. First of all, 4 and 8. So let us start divisibility by 4 first. So a number is divisible by 4 if the number is formed, but the digits at tens and ones place is divisible by 4. That means if the number is divisible by 4 if the number is formed by the digits at tens and ones place is divisible by 4. Let us see an example. So I'll take one number, that is 5692. So as I told you, the number is, we have to check whether this number is divisible by 4 or not. So if the digits at ones and tens place, that is 92, is divisible by 4, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. So let us check 92 whether it is divisible by 4 or not. So 4 2 times 8. When you subtract, you get 1. Bring this 2 down, so you get 12. So how many times 12? 4. In 4's table, how many times 12? 4 into 3. 4 3 times 12. When you subtract, you get 0. So that means this 92 is divisible by 4. That means the digits at ones and tens place is divisible by 4. So the whole number is divisible by 4. Clear? Next, to check the divisibility by 8. So a number is divisible by 8 if the number formed by the digits at hundreds, tens and ones place is divisible by 8. So let us take one example. That is, I'll take 3,78,432. Okay. In this, the ones, tens and hundreds place digit is 432. That is 432. Ones, tens and hundreds place digit is 432. So if this number is divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8. So let us check 432 whether it is divisible by 8. As I told you, the number is divisible by any other number only when the remainder comes 0. When the remainder you get 0, the number will be divisible. So let us check 8. 8 how many times? 43 by 5. 8 into 5 is 40. So write here 40. So when you subtract, you get 3. And bring this 2 down, you get 32. So how many times 8 into how many times 32? 8 into 4 is 32. Yes, 8 into 4 is 32. Now when you subtract, the remainder is 0. Okay, clear now? So that means this 432, which comes in hundreds, tens and ones place digit. Hundreds, tens and ones place digit is divisible by 8. That means the whole number is divisible by divisible by 8. If the hundreds, tens and ones place digit is divisible by 8, the whole number will be divisible by 8. Next is divisibility by 6. So, a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. That means a number is divisible by 6 if the number is divisible by both 2 and 3. As we have already learned the divisibility of 2 and 3. So how we check the divisibility of 2? If the last digit of a number is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, then the number is divisible by 2. And what about 3? 3 means if the sum of its digits, if the sum of its digits of a number is divisible by 3, then the number is divisible by 3. So let us take one example. That is 6522. Okay. So how to check the divisibility by 2? Because its units place digit is 2. That means the whole number is divisible by 2. Its units place digit is 2. As it is 2, the whole number is divisible by 2. Because you have learned the divisibility by 2. Next, how to see whether this number is divisible by 3, whether it is divisible by 3 or not. So to check that, we have learned the divisibility of 3. What is that? The sum of the digits will be or should be divisible by 3. So what is the sum of these digits? Sum of these digits are 6 plus 5 is 11. See, 6 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2. So what is the sum? 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 plus 2 is 15, which is divisible by 3. So this whole number is divisible by 3 and 2. So what about 6? So the whole number will be divisible by 6 also. Will be divisible by 6 also. If the number is divisible by 3 and 2, the whole number will be divisible by 6 also. Why? We says because 3 and 2 are the factors of 6. 3 and 2 are the factors of 6. So if the number is divisible by 3 and 2, then the whole number will be divisible by 6. Next, divisibility by 12. So a number is divisible by 12 if the number is divisible by both 3 and 4, as 3 and 4 are the factors of 12. So first we have to check the number, whether the number is divisible by 3 and 4, both the numbers. So let us take one example. The number is 8,43,564. So here in this number we have to check whether the number is divisible by 3 and 4. So you have learned already the divisibility by 3. So what is the rule of divisibility by 3? The rule of divisibility by 3 is the number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So let us check that. That is 8 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4. So the sum of the digits we'll check. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. 20 plus 6 is 26. 26 plus 4 is 24, which is divisible by 3. Okay, which is divisible by 24, which is divisible by 3. Now to check the divisibility by 4. How to check the divisibility by 4? Today we have learned the divisibility by 4. So what is the rule? The rule is the number is divisible by 4 if the ones and tens place, if the ones and tens place of the digit is divisible by 4. What is that ones and tens place of the digit? That is 64. So if 64 is divisible by 4, then 64 is divisible by 4, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. So let us check. 4, how many times 6? 4 1 times, 4 balance or minus, you get 2. Then bring this 4 down, you get 24. 4 how many times 24? 4 6 times 24. So there is no remainder. Remainder is 0. So there is no remainder. If the remainder is 0, then the number is divisible. That means the number is divisible by 4. If the ones and tens place of the digit is divisible by 4, then the whole number will be divisible by 4. So you got this number is divisible by 4 and 3. 4 and 3. That means the whole number is divisible by 12. Let us see. The whole number is, that is 8,43,564 is divisible by 12. Now let us check the divisibility by 15. Okay. So a number is divisible by 15 if the number is divisible by both 3 and 5, because 3 and 5 are the factors of 15. So we have to first check the number whether it is divisible by 3 and 5 also. So let us take one example. The example is 43,155. We have to check this number is divisible by 12, 15 or not. We have to check this number whether it is divisible by 15 or not. Okay, for that first we have to check this number is divisible by 3 and then divisible by 5. So how to check the divisibility by 3? For that we have to check the whole number, the sum of the numbers, sum of the digits will be divisible by 3. So let us check. 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 5 plus 5. So what is the sum? Check. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 1 is 8. 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 plus 5 is 18. So we get 18, which is divisible by 3. Okay. Next we have to check whether it is divisible by 5. So for the divisibility of 5, we have to see if the number having ones place 5 or 0, then the number is divisible by 5. Then the number is divisible by 5. So you can see in this number the ones place is 5. So the number is divisible by 5 and 3. So the whole number will be divisible by 15. So the whole number will be divisible by 15. Next is divisibility by 18. So a number is divisible by 18 if the number is divisible by both 9 and 2, as 9 and 2 are the factors of 18. So if the number is divisible by 9 and 2, then the whole number will be divisible by 18. So let us take one example. The example is 5,67,864. So we have to check whether the number is divisible by 9. First we have to check with 2. So as I told you, the divisibility of 2 is if the ones place digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, then the number is divisible by 2. Here it is given the unit place digit is having 4. So the number is divisible by 2. So the number is divisible by 2. Next we have to check the divisibility by 9. For that, what is the divisibility rule of 9? Divisibility rule of 9 is if the sum of its digits. Sum of its digits is divisible by 9. Then the whole number will be divisible by 9. So let us check the sum. So 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 6 plus 4. So let us see what is the answer. 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 7 is 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. 26 plus 6 is 32. 32 plus 4 is 36. So 36, which is divisible by 9. Which is divisible by 9. So the sum of the number, if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the whole number is divisible by 9. Okay. So that means this number is divisible by 2 and 9. So if the number is divisible by 2 and 9, then the whole number is divisible by 18. Then the whole number is divisible by 18. Clear? Next is divisibility by 25. So a number is divisible by 25 if the number formed by the digits at tens and ones place is divisible by 25. Number formed by the digits at tens and ones place is divisible by 25. So let us take example. That is 3125. Another example is 6150. Another example is 8075. In these three numbers, you can see in the first number, the ones and tens place is having number 25. Ones place and tens place having the number 25, which is divisible by 25. Next number 6150. That is, the ones place and tens place digit is 50, which is divisible by 25. And in the third number, the ones place and tens place digit is 75, which is divisible by 25. So that means if the ones place and tens place digit, that number is divisible by 25, then the whole number will be divisible by 25. So it should be 25, 50 or 75. The ones place and tens place digit forms the number which will be divisible by 25. So next is to check whether the number is divisible by 11. So a number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the alternate digits is 0 or a multiple of 11. Okay. So that means I'll take one example. Okay. 25,476. Here, as I told you, the sum of the alternate digits. Sum of the alternate digits means 2 plus 4 plus 6. That is the sum of alternate digits. And here the sum of alternate digit is 5 plus 7. That means 2 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to how much? That is 12. Okay, 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Now 5 plus 7. 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. So what I told you, that is the difference between the sum of the alternate digits. Sum of the alternate digit you got 12 and 12. So the difference between the alternate digits, sum of the alternate digit is 0. If it is 0, then it is divisible by 11. 11. Okay. If the sum of the alternate digits, if the difference between the sum of the alternate digits is 0, then the number is divisible by 11. Let us take one more example. So 85,426. So here the sum of the alternate digits means 8 plus 4 plus 6. 8 plus 4 plus 6 is equal to 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. Now here 5 plus 2 is the alternate digits. So 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So what is the difference between the sum of the alternate digits? That is 18 minus 7 is equal to 11. So if the difference between the sum of the alternate digits, is 11, then also the number is divisible by 11. Clear? That means a number is divisible by 11 if the difference between the sum of the alternate digits is 0 or multiple of 11. 11 or multiple of 11. It can be 12, it can be 22, 33, likewise. Okay. So today we are stopping our lesson here. So you have to do your homework properly, okay, and complete your notes. Okay, children, listen to your parents. നിങ്ങൾ അമ്മമാർ പറയുന്നത് കൃത്യമായിട്ട് കേൾക്കണം. അതുപോലെ കൃത്യമായിട്ട് ഹോംവർക്കും നോട്ട്സും എഴുതി കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആക്കിയിട്ട് ഡൈനാമിക്സിൻ്റെ നമ്പറിൽ അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കണം. കുറേ ആൾ ചെയ്യുന്നില്ല എന്ന് ഞാൻ അറിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അത് അപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ സ്കൂൾ തുറന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എനിക്ക് നോട്ട് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് കാണണം. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾ അന്നന്ന് തരുന്ന ഹോംവർക്ക്, ക്ലാസ് വർക്ക് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ആക്കിയിട്ട് ചെയ്തു വെക്കണം. അത് ഡൈനാമിക്സിൻ്റെ നമ്പറിൽ അയച്ചു കൊടുക്കുകയും വേണം. Okay? Okay, thanks.